All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKADASH. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach his truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, came across this article today, and this is from USA Today, and actually was just on my regular Google feed, and it says this goes right to it. It's from the USA Today, and the title of the article is from the money section. It says U.S. dollar. It says, are we moving toward a cashless, checkless society? Are we moving toward a cashless, checkless society? So basically taking the paper out, taking the paper option, and as soon enough, take away the plastic, debit card, credit cards and all that, right? So, brothers, the prophets of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, and other people in the economic world and all that, people have been talking about a cashless society. But it started with the prophets of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, starting back with the apostles from way back when. Even before I came to the truth. But I remember when I came to the truth, brothers would talk about the MOTB, Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 14th chapter, talking about cash being done away with, talking about, this, what's going on right now, basically, all right? And it's all regarding prophecy. Because that's what it is. And the answer is yes, we are headed towards a cashless, checkless society. Which means what? We're definitely at the end of Esau's society, the end of Esau's kingdom, whatever you want to call it. The end of this society for sure. America's already done. America's already lost everything savory about it. They just holding on, and all the other countries too, NATO, Europe, all these Esau period, these heathens period, they're just trying to hold on to a little bit they have on how the earth is being run at the present time, which is under Esau's rule. So let's get right to it. So it says, I'm gonna read that again. So this is by USA Today, Betty Lynn Fisher, and it says, are we moving toward a cashless, checkless society? Okay, and here we go. So it says, Paul Dixon pulled out a $20 bill recently when he was at a baseball game at Camden Yards and wanted to buy a beer. It says another guy in line started laughing because there's no place in the ballpark where you can spend cash, said Dixon. It says Dixon, 85. So this guy's 85 years old. So you already know the kind of mentality he has. He was around when cash, but he was around before credit cards, plastic debit cards, all this digital shit. So you got to think about the time. So if he's 85, hold on real quick. Hold up. Oops. Because he's 85 now, that means do the math. So, all right, fuck it. I'm going to do the math in my head. So, 85. So, 85 years ago, he was born in like 1930 something. Go to 2024 minus 85. So, I'm do the math. Salakia, I got to do this math. Real quick. So, 2024, he's 85. So, in 2014, he was 75. In 2004, he was 65. 1994, he was 55. Let me do that again. So he says it's 80. He's 85 now. So let's do the math. So in 2014 he was 75. In 2004 he was 65. In 1994 he was 55. In 1984 he was 45. And in 1974 he was 35. So you see what time this guy's on when they said that to him, where they said you can't use cash, because that's all he really knows. I'm pretty sure he knows credit cards and all that. But let's read on. So it says Dixon, 85, who is an Orioles fan, while his son and grandson are Nationals fans. His son and grandson are Nationals fans. Paid for the $17.50 beer by credit card. So he put out a $20 bill and is probably going to get like $2 something back. But that's always how it's been with these sports arenas, expensive ass hiked up prices for food and drink. So it said he paid for the $17.50 beer by credit card. He knew that the Nationals' home stadium, Nationals Park, had become a cashless stadium, but he didn't know other baseball stadiums like Camden Yards also stopped accepting cash. So we're talking about in America, MLB Stadium, the Orioles. Because what the Nationals is Washington. His son and grandson are Nationals fan, and he's an Orioles fan. So we're talking about right in the DMV area, which is not too far. Where I'm at right now in Jersey, only a few hours away, a few hour drive. So now they're not accepting cash. And when I remember a little ways back, stadium. I don't know if it was a baseball stadium, but it was in Florida, and they said that they no longer accepting cash. So let's continue on this article. And this should go to show the temperature we're in, how these devils is moving fast, because what? He know if he had but a short time. So he says, Dixon, a book author, is not opposed to using his credit card or other methods of payment. Before he moved to an independent living facility, he had most of his bills on auto pay from his checking account. He still writes a check occasionally, and he's had a PayPal account for years. It says, but, here goes the but. Now remember, this is an 85-year-old Edomite, American Edomite. Now, he says he uses credit card and he has his bills on auto pay. So he uses the digital pay systems, right? But it says, but Dixon said he's offended that his choice to use cash where he wants is slowly becoming more limited. So now what? It's talking about the freedom of choice, right? So he's talking about his choice of using cash. He's basically saying that, I'm reading it again. So it says, but Dixon said he's offended. So it's an American Edomite, 85-year-old Edomite says, he's offended that his choice to use cash where he wants is slowly becoming more limited, right? And it says, it's not that I'm livid. It's not some injustice, but it's sort of this thing where I say, wait, it's my money. I'll pay you however I want. But Esau, the government, saying, no, you won't, because what? This is prophecy. The Lord, first and foremost, the Lord said, no, you won't, because why? This is how this devil comes to his end. So we have to it has to come quick. Remember, the Lord said, what? The day is nigh, it is nigh. So all of these last bit of prophets have to hurry up and get going. The Lord got the gears in motion. So it says, wait, it's my money, I'll pay you however I want, said Dixon. It's almost like their businesses saying, well, we're removing an option which is for our benefit. And it says, another part of the article says, are cash and checks on the way out? And it says, cash and checks, the dominant forms of currency for generations, are now increasingly not welcome. Let's read that again. It says, are cash and checks on the way out? It says, cash and checks, the dominant forms of currency for generations, are now increasingly not welcome. And it says, like Camden Yards, most Major League Baseball stadiums and many other professional sports arenas have gone cashless. So what? The sports is what? The backbone of America. This is how people get away from reality. This is how people enjoy life. But it said what? It says, like Camden Yards, most Major League Baseball stadiums and many other professional sports arenas have gone cashless. I didn't know this, that most of them in the MLB has gone cashless. And it says, in March, the National Park Service was sued by 3 people when they couldn't use cash to enter some national parks. The agency announced in 2023 that dozens of its sites would no longer accept cash for entry because the U.S. Treasury had created policies to reduce the amount of cash and checks handled across the federal government. The lawsuit is ongoing. Now, this is going on right now. This article is from today. Today's the 6th, right? Yeah, today. At 9 in the morning, this article came out. Is there any more? Okay, so continuing on the article, it says, stores using Amazon's Just Walk Out technology, which include third-party stores at NFL stadiums, college campuses, and airports, do not accept cash or checks. Amazon Go convenience stores started accepting cash in 2019, but do not accept checks. According to a spokeswoman, similarly, Amazon Fresh grocery stores accept cash but not checks. So what? See? It says the article, the title of the article is, are we moving towards a cashless and checkless society? So even people they're not accepting checks. Okay? It says there is a war on cash, said Jay Stanley, a senior policy analyst with the Speech, Privacy, and Technology Project with the American Civil Liberties Union. It says, come on, bro. Oh, look what it says here. It says what? It says cash is not king. Remember the old expression, cash is king? Cash is king? Well, look right here. Cash is not king. Cash is not king anymore. Cash is being dethroned. It says more businesses became cashless during the C19 emic. Ooh, ooh, that's when it started heavy. It says citing the need to protect their workers' health by not requiring them to exchange paper money and coins with the public, said Bankrate senior industry analyst Ted Rossman. But some businesses were already moving on that direction, saying a no cash policy was more efficient for operations. Ooh, oh, so it says already before that they was moving towards that, but the C19 pushed it further. What? Global reset, Operation Warp Speed. See, that C19 was not for no fucking sickness or no health, for them to care about your health. It was to bring in this new system, to bring in a new currency, the CBDC, and ultimately what? The MOTB, the micro C-HIP. This is what this is all about. This is all the will of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. This is prophecy. And this is how they did it. And that's how they're doing, and they still, they got this MP thing going on now. They got a bunch of other shit going on now. Now they're bringing it out. You got the whole BRICS nation dethroning the dollar. Other countries, but remember but they still gonna want to trade with America. So now everybody has to come to an agreement, and that agreement is gonna be what? Central banking digital currency. That's how they going. Ooh, damn! But continuing on. Faster for everybody. The staff is not going to have to count bills and coins, and you can just kind of speed the line through. Cash is also costly to businesses, Rossman said. Employees need time to balance cash registers at the end of a shift, and there are costs associated with the business getting the cash to the bank, either via an employee or an armored vehicle service, he said. Oh, see, the thing of convenience. That's what the YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI through the prophets had us saying. He said, well, they're going to bring in the thing of convenience for everybody. He said, for everybody, the businesses and customers. And they use the C19 to say, oh, so they don't have to transfer hands using the cash and spreading, I guess, germs and shit. It says businesses handling cash have the added potential worry of robberies, either by outside criminals or employees who steal, Rossman says. So now you talk about the thefts. And you know they're going to make that a priority. Oh, nobody can steal. Basically, how they won't lose no money, because everything's gonna be digital. But it's still flawed, because what if the system goes down? Yeah, these elites will be good, but what about the regular people if the system was to go down, man? These supervisors, employees will be fucked. What would happen if you had and then they talk about all these cyber attacks, but now they're still going more digital as far as currency goes? That's definitely the beast. This is the beast system. It says some businesses are also rejecting payments by check. And it says Target became the latest retailer to stop accepting checks in its stores on July 15th, citing low usage. Aldi and Whole Foods also do not take checks. So who does that take? A lot of old people still use checks. I personally never really write checks. But you got a lot of people older in the society that write checks. It says cash has its benefits. It says, but cash remains an important option for consumers, some advocates say. Cash is needed for choice, for privacy, for equity, and for access, said Ruth Susswine, Director of Consumer Protection for Consumer Action, a national education and advocacy organization. Susswine was recently in Atlanta and saw a sign on an ice cream shop. It read, "We accept whoever you are, but we don't accept cash." Ice cream truck. It says what? An ice cream truck. Ice cream shop, excuse me. Don't accept cash. That was in Atlanta. So this is becoming a trend. And it says consumers should be allowed to decide how we want to pay, Susswine said. Whatever, but they don't give a fuck. When did people ever give a fuck about the people and what they really care about? Because they still going forward with this shit. Because it's not going forward towards what people want as far as using cash or check. They're going still forward with the digital shit. It says the use of cash is declining. It says, I'm going to get some scriptures because this is about the article. So it says, the use of cash and personal checks have dropped in recent years while credit and debit card payments rose. It says, according to the latest 2024 Diary of Consumer Payment Choice put out yearly by the Federal Reserve Financial Services, Fed Cash Services, among the study's findings. It says cash was most used by consumers for in-person shopping. It also is the preferred payment method of consumers in low-income households and those 55 years old or older. See, the older crowd or the low-income crowd. You see how that works? See, it said 55 and over and the low income. Who's low income mostly? Jake. Now, of course, you have probably a lot of low income, probably all throughout the board. But who's been low income in America since the start? Jake. Israelites. Okay? And it says consumers younger than age 55 use cash for just 12% of payments in 2023, compared to 22% for those age 55 and older. Also, for the first time in the diary's history, cash was not the most used instrument for smaller value payments of $25 or less. So that means even for the small payments, people are still using their cards or whatnot. They're not using cash. And it's all experiment. See, all this was experiment, a trial run. The C-19, people went out less. So what? Online shopping went up, which means what? Cash, the use of cash went down. Because he said, what? The minister started with this cashless shit during the C-19 emic, which is the whole start from jump. That was the plan. And that's pretty much it on the article. So yeah, man, cash is the use of cash is declining. So now let's get into some scriptures. Go to the usual. We're going to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And it reads, and that's Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, you already have people that have the MOTB, Michael see it. Last I remember, they said 50,000 humans on the earth have it. And that number is going to continue because once they make it more normalized and they say like you have to get this to buy or sell, commit, the scripture said it. This is prophecy. It has to go down. And now we see how they're doing. Now we're seeing how the Lord has Esau do it. In the guise of safety, convenience, time consuming. All the things. People don't have no patience. So Esau is capitalizing, and it's really prophecy, but that's how Esau is still capitalizing. Because he still controls the show. He controls the system. It's his kingdom. Okay? And it says, verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and that man being what? Esau Edom. And his number is 603 score and 666. 603 score, 20 times 3 is 60, 666. And what? The number of the devil, Esau. Because who runs the show? Who runs it right now? Who's at the top? Esau, the so-called white man. This is his kingdom. This is his system. This is his country. This is his rule. But this is what the Lord said. What? This is the end of his rule now. And this is what he's going to be doing towards the end, was bring out this mark. Okay? And to Israel, to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and people of the descent of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you can't, if you're not part of elect, it don't matter. But like, for the most part, a lot of our people are going to get this because they're going to, just like they did with the jab. There'll come a time where they're going to say you need to get this to make buying and selling, right? And they'll have it non-mandatory for a little bit. Just like they did with masks, just like they did with the jab. But slowly but surely they made it mandatory and said, what, you know what? They don't make it mandatory, make it so you just can't function in society. We're not putting a gun to your hand per se, but it's saying, look, you can't buy or sell. They say he calls it all. But no matter what, that's when you have to really, and that's when we're going to have to put our faith and trust. Well, it should be already, but we're going to really, the Lord is going to show and prove why we're supposed to trust and have faith in him. Because at that time, at that point, we're going to have no other option. Yeah, you can say, oh, you can live off the grid or all this other shit, but come on. How long you think that's going to last? Esau going to have drones flying around. He going to have a bunch of eyes everywhere. They in the rural areas. Their government agencies are, they're in the rural areas. How long that's why the Lord that's why I said the Lord going to have to be with us. Like the Lord is going to have to protect us from these devil and all this shit they're going to do for the people that don't get it. Because you can't get it under any circumstance. You cannot get that implanted in your skin. Because here's the judgment. Here's the judgment. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, and it reads, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Verse 10, it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Now what? The missiles, the nuclear fire that's going to be on the earth. And then the fire of YAHAWASHI. Because when Yahweh sends YAHAWASHI back, remember, Yahweh is a consuming fire. So what do you think YAHAWASHI is? Also a consuming fire. Right? And that's going to be and he's going to turn the fire up immensely on the people that get that mark. Okay? And it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The presence of the Lamb is who? Who's the Lamb? YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. That's the Lamb. And you're going to burn in front of him because he's going to be part of the fire. And it says, verse 11, and it says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So whoever received the mark, that's your judgment. And there's no way you can skip around it. You can't get it and be like, oh, I didn't get it. The Lord already going to know you did it because he put it in your mind to get it. And that's why the fear and trust, the fear Yahweh BaHashem YAHWASHI, because why? You're going to have brothers that are going to get weak. You might have some brothers that push the truth that get it. And that's why you have to always pray, yo, Lord, Yahweh BaHashem YAHWASHI, be with me, man. Take not the Holy Spirit from me. Take not thy fear of you from me. Because ultimately, it's the people that don't fear the Lord. Because if you don't fear to not fear this, you have to be insane. It says you're going to receive the wrath of his indignation, fire and brimstone, a cup without mixture. It's going to be nothing to filter the fire. You're going to get burnt the hell up, burnt to a crisp. That's the judgment that's coming, and this is what they're bringing out right now. So that's when we have to put our spiritual big pants on, man, and really have to say, yo, man, I put in the names of Yahweh BaHashem YAHWASHI, and the Lord said, what? He's not mocked. And they should not be ashamed that waited for him. That's what the Lord said. And the Lord said, what? His word is bond. Look what's happening. These devils are doing it. They're bringing that mark that's spoke about in the book of Revelation right now. It's already out. But they're gradually getting closer to coming to the masses. And that's what we're waiting for, because that's really when all bets are off. So, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Let me give all praises to Yahweh BaHashem YAHWASHI, BaHashem Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.